Hey and welcome, I'm Hammeh and it is Sigma Cosmetic time. Sigma Cosmetic time. They are live on the PTR as of, well guess what, right now. So we're just going to have a very quick run through them, have a little bit of a look at what is occurring with Sibrinde Cooper and the tin skins and the, oh no, I'm just a little short. Just a little short on the, no, it doesn't matter. We can have a look at the golden nuts. I'm sorry. The golden spheres. Very, very sweet. I'm doing that first because I normally forget them. So I'll have a quick zip through these and see what's occurring. Right, classic Blau. We have our Dutch going along with our favourite Dutch scientist with it. He has a bit of footwear on there, I think. He's not entirely footless. Foot coverageless. But Blau. Groen. That's a nice little colour, isn't it, on the Groen? Fan of your blue and green. Orange. Go Oracle and Prophet. I like the sound of those. Sorry, your voice, your voice and thoughts always sort of slip down to having a look at the little legendaries down at the bottom, don't you? Okay. Rose, a little bit of a pinky purplish hue there. So far, so sick. Sorry. Ooh, there, isn't that cool? You get Dr. De Cooper. So you have the little change there where he's just, that's his suit from the Origin trailer, or something similar, isn't it? You know, this is not his sort of full-on, sort of slightly floaty Talon one, is it? That's a little bit more like his suit in the Origin trailer. And of course, he has sort of his headpiece on and things like that, looking a little bit more pre his accident, shall we say. So I found that. That's a cool little rare, that. And oh, look at that. They've given him like a Talon one, and that is a really, really sweet rare. I'm a big fan of that one. The helmed suit, and of course the colour scheme being totally in line with all of the other Talon type skins, obviously, like, you know, Talon Sombra and similar. So I'm loving that one. Yeah, it's just kind of in that palette of Talon Sombra as well, which I do like. Sort of the white with sort of hints of everything else. Obviously Baptiste's sort of Talon suit having a little sort of hint of that. The visor, loving that. Very, very cool skin. And that's a rare. That's not even a legendary. Something for everyone. Ooh. I do love the sort of the detail in these. Just have a good look and see. Oh, no, I'm not trying to filter. I'm just trying to look at the colours of them all. Pretty sweet. Okay, Asylum. Oof. 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 Wow, look at the weaponry on that one. And the slightly different orbs. So yeah, that has got some real Silence of the Lambs subject number kind of vibes to it, hasn't it? Locks and chains. That's got some real Lecter vibes to me. It's not just the mask. Okay, well, so I'm sure there'll be some discussions around this one. So if you step back and have a look at the sort of creation around the skin and the attention to detail and things around the skin, as you can see, even in the chat down here on the PTR, people are loving the look, the aesthetic of that skin. We'll have to see. There's something very sort of, you know, it's the belts, it's the restraints, it's things like that. So interesting. And of course, look at the bandages on his feet there as well. He's got bandaged feet there, in a way, which is interesting. So yeah, aesthetically, I could admire the kind of look of this skin, and I can see why people will like it being something a bit different and sort of, you know, looking at that kind of stereotypical sort of, we're talking old school, we're talking historic in a way, you know, back when asylums were a thing, you know, and they were called asylums, that kind of vibe. So I'm you know, obviously we're in a very different world and place today. Interesting skin. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. I'm sort of trying to sort of separate out, you know, the aesthetics of it with, you know, sort of the sort of the feels of it as well. Subject Sigma. Well, of course, this is kind of cool. A little bit of a, you know, variant here. I'm going to be interesting to see this one, because this is obviously more the orange suit. You've got the Sigma on his leg there, which I'm loving. You've still got this orb feel, so this is kind of a variant of almost Asylum in a way. You normally have sort of almost two kind of recolors. Apart from here, we don't have the mask, and he's Subject Sigma instead. And he has, although this is the Asylum, it's not a recolor because we've got a removal of the mask. We've got a few like changes here, so this is not just a straight. You have the legendary sort of recolor, so this is a little tweak here with a few different bits of a look. So Subject Sigma, but still some of the sort of restraints and things like that there, and kind of in line with the orange suit and things of the Origin trailer. So fan of this one, liking this one personally. But do let me know your thoughts in the comments as always. Oof! Now I'm loving the feel of this. Is that Radar? Aridia? I'm gonna have to see. Oh, and Prophet. Sorry, I'm skipping. I love him. He's sort of got like the eye sort of banner over the front, the eye sort of symbol over the front of his kind of eye mask there, and coverage as well. So kind of cool. Oracle. I'm loving that. Radar. All of you Dutch people are already going to be translating that for me and know it. So I must admit, I'm a little bit raw. Red and raw. Interesting. I'm going to have to be doing some Googling on that. I'll add it in the pinned comment at the top. I've had a little look as to what that is. But loving the look of this one. Very, very cool skin. Sort of like, it's like it's like the trope of the sort of the blind oracle, isn't it? They're masked yet they can see beyond sight. So obviously with Sigma's glimpse into infinity, as it were, when his black hole experiment went horribly awry. That's what we've got going on there. Cool. I'm loving this. This to me, like this Prophet example with sort of these different, there's something very, very, to me, in terms of the colouring and the sort of the piece of this one. He's kind of almost got like a Cyclops style mask on there. But this to me, it's not the same, but just the colour palette just immediately hints to me of Protoss from StarCraft. But it's more the sort of like the whites, the golds, the blues, as opposed to this sort of slightly different mix. So I'm a fan of that one. I think probably, I'm a fan of Dr. De Kuiper. I actually here, controversial, I'm a big fan of the res. I really think those are some fantastic rare skins. I probably like these the same as say like as Prophet, and then I'm a fan of Subject Sigma. Not 100% sold in Asylum, but then I'm not one for creepy stuff myself. Okay, so well there are our skins. I'd love to hear your thoughts about those. Let's get on to some of the other stuff. Have a look at emotes. He's got a Symmetra style clap. I'm quite a fan of his Symmetra style applause there. Alright. Inconsequential. No. No. Sigma is not amused by this. Alright, fan of that. You see, I like this because, as I said, with the emotes and even with the sort of the little looks to his face, he's got a jolliness, and then it sort of almost goes. There's joy and then sort of a slight bit of superiority at the end of that laugh when you look at his face. Loving that. Observations. Interesting. Okay. Yes, I have it now. Contemplating the nature of the universe. There's some lovely, like I always love having a look at the animations and the lovely detail in this relaxation. I can just accrete some rocks from nowhere, and I have a very, very dangerous fidget spinner. Sigma. I know what Sigma's dance is going to be. Oh boy. Very, very cool. Loving those, I have to say. Victory poses. His standard heroic. Observations. Okay, so you've got, just a little spinning thing there. So variant on observations. Poised. Yes. Hello, I'm Sigma. And relaxation. So a little variant on the still version there for a victory pose of his emotes. So a little double up there. Voice line time.
I don't think you understand the gravity of this situation. A pattern forms. Approaching escape velocity.
There we go. So, of course, escape velocity, one of the formulae in Sigma's sort of teasers.
The answers lie beyond our stars.
Oh, loving that. Some quality quotage.
Can you hear that music?
Oh.
Fascinating. Hold it together. Hold it together.
I'd love it if that had multiple different variants.
Hold it together.
So if we went, hold it together, like in his trailer, that would be really cool.
Da, da, da. Ha, ik weet het.
Dutch, I've got it.
Wie boter op zijn hoofd heeft, moet uit de zon blijven. Doe maar normaal, hè? Dan doe je al gek genoeg.
There you go. Dutch people, now's your time.
Wie boter op zijn hoofd heeft, moet uit de zon
Is this some kind of like Dutch sort of proverb or saying?
Doe maar normaal, hè? Dan doe je al gek genoeg. Many find the universe confusing. That's the beauty of it.
Sigma was always going to have some spacey astrophysics style lines. Right, let's have a look at the sprays, because normally there's some sweet, sweet lore in here. And it's always a good fun thing to dig into. Right, so where's our Sigma sprays? Sig sprays. Right, where are we? Okay, we have accretion. Well, there we go. Pretty standard there. Doing his thing. Cerebral. Oof. Damage. Oh no. That's the scan inside his head, isn't it? We can see what's happened there. That's the scan after his accident. Oof. Diagnosis. Wow. That's Sigma restrained and all kinds of things going on. Poor Sigma, eh? Ouch. Sigma in happier times here, doing a little bit of math. Oh, an Escher drawing of things going round and round and round, and Sigma in the middle. 4. That's him doing his ultimate there, getting everything to slam down. Flux. Seeing into the beyond. Already I can see people writing the anime references in the comments. Fractured. Oh, that's him in very much 2 different places there, isn't it? Galileo. A bowling ball and a feather. Well, you're dropping things and looking at comparisons of gravity. We have a harness there, controlling matter. And the hypersphere, of course, his weapon and his designs for it as well. Sigma's icon? Is he eating eels? I think he's eating eels, isn't he? Yeah, there you go. Is it an eel? I think it's an eel. I think that's the little stereotype, isn't it? Night sky. That's a beautiful piece of art there in the background. Rise. Oh blimey, we got Schrodinger's cat. There is a box and it's closed and the cat is in there and you put a cat in there and no one can see that the cat is in there. Does the cat exist? I'm sure I've slightly misquoted that. Sigma's apple. Oof. The multi-layers of Sigma there. Spaghettification. Oh, gold. Hints of what happened to Sigma when his black hole experiment went awry. If you get too close to a black hole, this is theoretically what happens to matter, to everything. Look at him. Conjuring music, conjuring the symphony, the music of the stars. Unstoppable force. I'm looking for one that says immovable object. Zero gravity. I'm just looking at him sideways, but that's him as Dr. De Kuiper, so that's presumably him at a better time. I actually turned my head to the right when having a look at that to try and work out what was going on. Cute Sigma. Pixel. Oh, he's cool, isn't he? Pixel Sigma. Alright, so the real question is, what do you get awarded those for? I'm going to go and have a look at the achievements before I forget, because I always do forget the achievements, and that's bad. That's bad. Tank achievements. Where's the Sigma achievements? There we go. So conservation of energy. Gain 350 shields with a single use of Sigma's kinetic grasp in quick or competitive for the pixel. And then event horizon. Obviously it was going to be referenced. Get 3 killing blows during a single use of Sigma's gravitic flux in quick or competitive play. So there are our 2 pieces of the puzzle. But back to Sigma cosmetics. We've done the sprays. Let's move on to the highlight intros. Okay, let's have a look at accretion. Oof, that's going to hurt. Just look at his eyes. He's got a different colour in his eyes, hasn't he? Kinetic grasp here. Oof. Look at him. This soldier's helix flying towards him. Literally like sucking them in. Sucking them into the black hole. And then it just becoming shields and almost converting the matter. So cool. Just look at his look there. Right, what have we got for this last one? Oh, gravitic flux. What comes up? Shouldn't it be what goes up must come down? I vote here and now to change that to what goes up. What goes up must come down. A minor point, but a very cool highlight intro. Or in your country, or wherever you're from in the world, is it what comes up must come down? Like in the UK, it's what goes up must come down. So maybe I'm just being very local, very parochial in my outlook. I must say, big fan of the details in these. So sweet. Alrighty, so that is Sigma. So what do you think of all these? What do you think of the skins? Are you a fan of what's going on here? I think there's some really cool stuff in. I of course can't wait to have a look at all of the voice lines, interactions and similar when they come out. So thank you very much for tuning in. I shall delay you no further. If you like this video, please do throw a like, a subscribe, a comment, all of those kind of things. Let me know what you think of it all in the comments below. Have you played Sigma on the PTR? Are you looking forward to roll queue? And all of that jazz. It's going to be a really busy few months, and I think going to be a great rest of the year for Overwatch. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Check out the playlist here for more Overwatch videos of all kinds, my little interactions of voice lines and more. And a big thanks to my patrons on Patreon who indeed make my videos possible. Do check out patreon.com/Hammeh if you'd like to support the channel, get some behind the scenes and more. Cheers for tuning in. I've been Hammeh. Take it easy.